phone interview with Kailyn from BB Can 7. Now, you guys know the deal. We're going to be talking with Kailyn for about 10-15 minutes, taking the questions that you guys submit to me after her eviction over on Twitter and in our patron group. So make sure every single Thursday after the house guest is evicted, you're following us on Twitter at Reality Recaps and tweet me your questions for the evicted house guest. They might make this show. And if you guys missed any of our previous phone interviews or shows with house guests like Ika, Karen, Maddie, all of them are over on our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. You can also check out all of our shows for all the other content and shows that we cover over there too. Of course, if you want to watch us do our shows live, we do them every single night of the week over on YouNow, so make sure you become a fan over there. You just click the fan button, you get alerted every time we go live. We're always talking reality TV with your favorite reality TV stars. It's totally free and you get to interact with chat while we're live, so make sure you check that out. As I mentioned, become a patron if you want to help support our shows, if you want us to go to Canada to do the backyard interviews this season or live stream Liza's finale party. We can't do that without your guys' financial support, so consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways just for patrons, weekly shows, and of course, the after shows with the BB Can house guests. They'll be live on YouNow for an hour taking your questions. Then we go into the patron group to have a private show, which is like a one-on-one with you and the house guests where we can get into everything. Of course, you can always support our shows as well by doing a one-time donation over on PayPal at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. But without further ado, we need to see what's going on with Kailyn. So, Kailyn, how you doing?
You know what? I'm not bad. How are you?
I am doing okay. That wasn't too convincing.
No, it's been a whirlwind. Let me tell you, 1 minute and you're in the house, and the next minute I'm here talking to you.
Well, Kailyn, we have a bunch of questions from your fans, stuff that they wanted to know, so I wanted to get into some of them with you.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
The number one question that I think a lot of fans have been wondering is, you know, you went into the house with the plan of telling the house guest, not your real age, and that you weren't a mom and had kids, but a lot of people were wondering, what would happen if you had one HOH? What would your pictures and video have been of?
Do you know what? I left my husband with clear instructions on what could be said and what couldn't be said and so on. And he, you know, of course my kids didn't know I was going into the house. And so the pictures that they would have used, I would have just said they were my nieces and nephews, because I talked about my nieces and nephews on the regular. So I don't think it would have been a surprise to them to see, you know, beautiful children that were mine but weren't mine.
Okay. Why did the house guests call you Mama K before kind of knowing that you were a mom? We've seen a little bit for like the past 2 weeks they were calling you Mama K even before you had your house meeting on the show yesterday.
You know what? Probably because I kind of ran the Big Brother house the way I would my own. I'm very nurturing and I just kind of take care of things. So I think they kind of just saw me as a motherly figure. And yeah, they just kind of used that name and ran with it.
Okay. And then I guess lastly, do you have any regrets about not telling the house guests your story right from the start, or your age or what your background was? If you could go back, would you do any of that differently?
Do you know what? If woulda, coulda, shoulda. Do you know what? I had a gameplay. I stuck with it until the end. You know, I'm proud of the way I played. If I was to do it again, looking back now, yeah, maybe I would have been honest about the fact that, you know, I'm a mom and I'm 42 and so on, because I don't think they would have seen me as intimidating, or if I had come, you know, forth with all of that. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Right. Now, let's say that this week, or last week, would have played out differently. You would have escaped the block. You would have won HOH. Who would your target have been, and who would your nominations have been?
Oh, listen, that's easy. Chelsea would have been put up, as well as Adam. First and foremost, if one of them pulled themselves down, it would have been Kira or Sam that went up. So out of the four, it didn't matter. Somebody had to go.
And and what was your reason? Because they're coming after you?
Yeah, like they were, last week, after the split vote with Mackie, they definitely declared war. Right after that, Adam declared war, and Kira came after me. She took it very personally that I fought so hard for Mackie. I think they forgot that, this is a game, and you're going to fight for one side or the other. So definitely I knew who was out to get me. So, I would have tried my best to get one of them out.
Okay. Who do you see winning the game right now, and who do you want to win the game right now?
Okay. Right now, I could see Anthony winning. He has his alliance. He has all the little girls loving him, and he can basically just laugh his way to the end at this point. That's what I see. But who I would really like to win, I'd like to see Damien or Eddie win. They're both really great guys. I think they're underestimated, and I'm hoping that they were able to pull off a win.
Speaking of the guys, were you surprised when Arissa told you about the alliance?
Not really. It kind of put things in perspective when Dane was standing in front of me, and I had asked him when he was left with Anthony to talk to the girls how it went. And he said, oh, yeah, Anthony was really fighting for you and so on. But yet when I was there, Anthony was just sitting there like a bum on a log. Do you know what I mean? And I looked at him and I said, yeah, no, my stomach's telling me different. Do you know what I mean? And I think that kind of took him back. So just a lot of the moves that were made in the house, that really makes sense to me now. That, yeah, there was that four-guy alliance.
Okay. If you would have made jury, how do you think that you would have voted? There's a lot of people that question, are jurors bitter? Are they voting on the best gameplay? How do you feel that you would have voted if you had made it to jury?
Oh, Lord, they didn't want me in jury because I had the gift of gab and I would have been able to persuade people my way. I think what I respect in a house guest and what some other people respect in a house guest are two different things. Take a look at last season. Who actually played the better game is, in my opinion, not who won. Do you know what I mean? And I think that could have been a bitter jury. Whereas if I was there, I would have said, okay, who was able to be honest, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth to get themselves further in the game without having to run over people, without having to spread lies and so on and so forth. And that's who I would have voted for. That's why I'm really hoping that Damien or Eddie is able to get to the end.
What do you think that it will take to break the Pretty Boys up?
Do you know what I think? I think it's funny. It blows my mind that Mark is part of it, just because he's so unique. Do you know what I mean? He's not really a bro, and so on. So that was very interesting that they pulled him into that. But I think that Dane is kind of a wild card. I think if anything goes sideways, you'll see him running around like a chicken with his head cut off, and he could kind of be the end of them.
Interesting. How do you think...
But also...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, also, Adam, like, if push comes to shove, who knows what he's going to end up doing, right?
Right. What is the best advice? We saw on the preseason interviews, Ika tried to help you guys, mentor you, coach you along. What was the best advice that you felt Ika gave you preseason?
You know what? She told me learn how to, basically be fake. And, she said, she asked me, fake laugh, and I didn't. She said it was only a 7 out of 10, right? And I think that maybe I should have worked on it a little bit more before walking into that house, because if something wasn't funny, I wasn't laughing. You know what I mean? I wasn't blowing smoke up people's backsides. So...
if you could change any one thing that you did this go round, what would the one thing be that you change?
Do you know what? I think I probably would not have challenged Adam so much because I let him know in one of our conversations. I shamed him for the way he came after me after the eviction. Mm-hmm. But I also let him know. I said, yeah, you're a comp beast, but guess what? I'm a force of nature, and I'm not scared of you, right? And I looked him right in his eye, and he knew what it was that I was saying, and so maybe I didn't need to go after him so hard.
Right. Well, lastly, you know, we saw that a little bit of your storyline was about being a psychic, and fans of our show kept saying that I should ask you if I'll be getting married this year.
If you'll be getting married this year.
Yes, I'm sure that you can tell that just over the phone.
That is hilarious. Do you know what? I'll be back. I'll be back, and maybe we can get together and I can do a full reading on you.
All right, post-season, Kailyn.
There you go.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we wish you all the best, Kailyn.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Bye. That about wraps up our show with Kailyn, or our phone interview. But look, if you guys missed any of our shows or our past phone interviews, ones with people like Ika or Karen, we've been recapping this season with Maddie, Allie, Cassandra, so many shows. They're over on our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. Also on that page, you can watch our original phone interviews with people like Ika and Karen from their seasons or their show interviews. You can check out content from a ton of reality TV shows that we cover over on our website, so make sure you click around it while you're there. Now, we're going to be live, like I said, every single night of the week talking Big Brother Canada, so if you are not following us on YouNow, make sure you head over there, yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow, and do that, so you're alerted every time we go live. You get to hang out in the chat. Of course, become a patron if you want to help get us to Canada so we can live stream the backyard interviews, live stream Liza's finale party, and it's also a great way to help support our shows so we can keep bringing you guys more and more content. Of course, you get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, and the after shows with the BBCan 7 house guests after they are evicted at the end of the season. So like we do the show live on YouNow for everybody, and then we go into the patron group where all the tea gets spilled for a private show. It's more like one-on-one with you and the house guests. Of course, maybe you're rich, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, or maybe you're just poor. That's fine. Make sure you're following us on social media. If you're watching on YouTube's, thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you are alerted every time we go live. Yes, it's called YouTube's now, but seriously, make sure you hit that bell on YouTube if you're listening or watching in iTunes. 5-star rating and a nice review. Believe me, I hate saying it too. If you guys would do it, I could stop. Share our shows on social media. Tweet me your questions for the house guests every Thursday after the eviction. And all of this will keep us bringing you guys more and more content. The ball's in your court. I will see you guys later tonight for Ika. I think we have Paris on this weekend. We have Josh coming on talking about the challenge with Amanda. So much happening, so much shows. We're glad you guys are liking them. We hope you keep supporting us so we can keep bringing you more. Until the next show later tonight. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.